Hey everybody, I am coming making this video message to tell you that the very people that you feel you need sometimes are the ones who hinder you. They are the ones who are in your way. Let me make you all understand something. There are people in our life that God will bless us with. They will come into our life and there is nothing that they would not do for us. They will love us. They will be supportive of us. Anything that we ask them for, if it's in their hands to give to us, they would give it to us. And they would uplift us. They will encourage us. Now, for the most part, I truly believe that if there are not a few people in your life who come to you in your time of need or assistance, I believe that it may be at least one person that you could probably depend and rely on. But I want to tell you all, you need to understand that times change, people change, situations change, and things change, and human beings can be very, very unpredictable. And knowing these are facts, you need to always protect yourself, and you need to know above anybody and above anything who will have your back. And the only one that is the constant, the only one who will never turn their back on you, the only one you can 100% depend on, the only one you can 100% trust, the only one you can tell whatever secrets, indiscretions, failures, or mistakes, the only one that you can go to when you feel hopeless, but in the midst of you crying your eyes out and putting your plea and petition before Him, is God. I need you all to understand this. I need you all to recognize this. I need you all to receive this. I need you all to believe it. When you make an idol out of another human being, you will get disappointed. The word of God says, when you put your trust in man, he will fail you every time. And sometimes when man fails you, I'm not saying that it's always intentional. I'm not saying that people you initially trust or you look to them to help you in some way, shape, or form, that they purposely give up on you, or they turn their back on you, or they change their mind about giving you something or helping you. But you all have to understand human nature. And a lot of times someone can mean well, and a lot of times someone can want to help you and they could want to assist you. But if they have personal things going on in their life, or if they are at a certain place and something unexpected goes on with them, they may no longer be able to help you. There have been situations where someone needed a place to stay, okay, and you went to that family member, or you went to that friend, or you went to whatever person you trusted, and everything was all good. You were able to move in with them. Everything was easy breezy. But let's just say it was a single man or it was a single woman. While you were living with them, everything was all good, but something changed. Something shifted. What shifted is that that person got a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or maybe they eventually got married. And once that happened, if their spouse or their other half was uncomfortable for whatever reason, or they felt like you served your time living with that person, then they may switch up on you. You all have to understand, I talk about it all the time. You have to understand the power of influence. And the power of influence, it is in married couples. You will always find a husband or a wife that has heavy influence over their spouse. Or sometimes it's both of them. They have a power of influence over each other, but it's at different levels. And there are some people that you all probably know, they become a totally different person when they get a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And so whatever their boyfriend or girlfriend suggests to them or tells them, they will act out of what their other half is telling them. And there have been many situations, probably with a lot of you all, where you moved in with a friend or a family member, and when they were alone and by themselves, everything was all good, everything was perfect, up until they got a man or they got a woman. Then there was tension there. And then you were asked to leave, or something went down. Maybe it was some false allegations against you, or maybe you were being perceived a certain way. Maybe you were being perceived as being a user, or whatever, or a leech, whatever fits you. This is real stuff that happens with people in real life. Just for any of you that's in the dark. And when you experience these situations, you are put out or you are asked to leave. And so this is why I'm telling you all, don't ever say that you need a particular person. Okay? Now, if you have had someone in your life, or they are currently in your life, and their character has been tested and is true, and God's hand is in the situation and his approval is there, God bless you. God bless you. God is awesome. God is good. But that's not everybody's situation. A lot of you all, you know that in your life or over the course of your life, you have had people that did not come with you the whole walk or the whole swim down the stream. They were riding with you, they were loyal to you, they were faithful to you, they were willing to help you up until a certain point, or up until somebody else got in their ear and convinced them to believe or think something about you. And then they cut you off. A lot of times people will also take advantage of your vulnerability. If you are in a situation where you are vulnerable and they know you don't have money, they know you don't have a place to stay, or they know you don't have somebody else to go to, or they know you don't have any friends, when you make them your God or you make them an idol and you tell them, I don't know what I would do without you. You know, I need you. I need you. I'm not going to make it without you. I don't know how I'm going to move forward without you. Now, some people, they will take advantage of you once you tell them that. They will take advantage of you and they will start to manipulate you. They will start to abuse you. They will start to disrespect you. They will start to use you because they know you are vulnerable. They know you are weak. They know that you are dependent upon them for the roof over your head, to get a couple of dollars from them, to get something to eat, or for companionship. Sometimes fake friends are like that. If you tell them, hey, look, I don't have any friends, I don't trust anybody, but I trust you, I believe in you, I believe that our friendship is going to last a lifetime. This is why I also tell you all, you got to know your people. You got to let some stuff sit. It takes a very long time to get to know people. It takes a long time to get to know people. People have to be tried. People have to be proven. People have to be tested. Okay? And so the whole point of the video message is just to let you all know that God is ultimately your 100% source. Because when men fail you and they give up on you and they turn their back on you, or they cut you off, abuse you, misuse you, slander you, backbite you, give up on you, God is the only one that's always going to be there for you from the beginning, the middle, and the end. I am a living witness. And I know it's difficult for you all to grasp this. And it's difficult for you all to connect this in your spirit, because a lot of people, they ride off this. This is where their faith gets ripped apart. And this is why a lot of you all have not advanced in life, because you doubt God. Because a lot of you all have this mentality, if I don't see God, it's hard for me to believe in him. If I have not seen the results of my fasting, of my crying, of my praying and waiting on him, he really doesn't care about me. He is probably really not real. And so God knows your heart. God is highly intelligent and very powerful. He is omnipotent. He is almighty. He is all powerful. He is the King of kings and the Lord of lords. He knows all of our thoughts. He knows every single thing, even things we don't know, that is in our hearts. He knows what we're going to do before we do it. He knows what's going to be the result after we do it. And so a lot of you all, when you get to that level and you denounce God, or you halfway believe in God, or you're not trusting in God and you're not waiting on him, then you leave a door open for the enemy to start telling you a lot of lies and playing with your mind and playing with your thoughts and playing with your emotions. But God says in his word, even in death, he is there with you and he will never forsake you. So I'm just telling you all, you need to start trusting in God. You need to start believing in God, and you need to know that God is the one that's always going to have your back. God is the only constant. Wake up, men and women of God. I don't care if you saved or unsaved, even the unsaved that's viewing this video message. You better understand and you better know that God is the one that you can depend on. And if you feel like, hey, Kiki, I don't care about what you're talking about because I have waited on God. I have depended on God. I have cried out to God. I have called on God and nothing happened. I would ask you, okay, listen, how are you living your life? Have you developed a relationship with God? And are you wavering in your faith with God? Because if you're wavering, see, you cannot trust God to heal you, but you don't trust God to feed you. You cannot trust God to pay your rent, but you don't trust God to heal your marriage. You can't trust God to pay your mortgage, but you don't trust God that you're going to get that job you've been praying about. You can't trust God to protect you and protect your children, but you don't trust God to give you a miracle in your finances or in your family or in your mind. You all cannot keep halfway trusting God. You're either all in it or you're out of it. You cannot be in between. The Bible also says without faith, it is impossible to please God. So guess what? If things are not working out for you, okay, if it feels like things are stagnant and they're not moving, then I would ask you, where is your faith? Where is your level of faith? And make no mistake about it. Don't think that every time God moves, he's going to move the way you imagine or the way you feel through your arrogance and pride as a human being, that that's the way he's supposed to move. See, God will give you a blessing, but the blessing might not look like exactly the way you want it to look. God may have told you, okay, you will never be homeless again. And in your mind, you imagine like, okay, I'm going to have this big, huge house. Or I'm going to live over here and I'm going to live over there in a particular house that I picked out. Your blessing may not go that way. The blessing may be that you get blessed with that little 1-bedroom apartment, but it's what you can afford. You will not be in a situation where you can never pay your rent again. Okay? Or God will have you in a situation where you get a blessing and he opens up a door and you can live with a particular family member, and all thanks and praise be to God, they are mature. They know God. They not cutthroat. They not slanderous. They're not backbiting you. They're not underhanded. They're not conniving. Just like you trust them and believe them, they trust in you. Okay? And they've opened up their door for you, and they would allow you to stay there. Everybody got a different situation, y'all. But all I'm saying is that ultimately, I don't care what position you in, even if you feel like you doing great in life financially, or mentally, or emotionally, or in your relationship or marriage, you still better trust in God. You still got to have a level of faith that's high enough to where if any of that stuff is taken away from you, or somebody dies, or something comes tumbling and crashing down, your faith better be at a certain level where you say, you know what, God, this person left me, this person cut me off, this person refused to help me, this person is no longer in my life, but I know you are going to take care of me. So like I said, I shared it today in my community tab, and I told you all the people that you think you need are really the people that's in the way. You better believe it. You better believe it. A lot of the people that you all put a lot of stock in, and you put a lot of faith in, and you put a lot of trust in, these are the people that are really in your way. You want to see hindrances leave? You want to see your stagnation stop? You want to see you elevate and grow? You need to remove people from your life that are in the way. Do inventory. Look around. Ask yourself, okay, is this person 100% reliable, or am I kind of on the fence about them? Can I trust them? Do they have my back through whatever? You never get to a point where you tell somebody, I need you. I can't make it without you. I don't know what I would do without you. In a quick moment, okay, some situations have kicked off and somebody immediately showed up for you. I'm not talking about that, because I've done that. We all have done that. When somebody came through for you at the last minute, you be like, oh man, thank God for you. If it wasn't for you right now, I don't know what I would have did. I'm not talking about that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. See, I got to break this stuff down and be detailed, because it's always a smart aleck that want to come up here and twist around my words. But y'all know what I mean. On a real tip and on a serious note, you all know you never get to that level where you tell somebody you need them. You never tell no human being, I can't live without you. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? You can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. Don't let the devil make a fool out of you. Don't make another human being make a fool out of you and take advantage of you. God is your strength. God is life. God is the breath that you breathe. God gives us our daily bread. And Christian people, you really need to know this. He promises us in his word. Open up that book. Open up the Bible. Look at the promises of God. He tells us he will give us our daily bread. You worried about what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, and next month, and a year or two from now. Now, baby, you better worry about today. That God give you your daily bread today. That's what you focus on. You haven't even got till tomorrow. You don't even know if you're going to make it till tomorrow. All thanks and praise be to God. I hope we do make it till tomorrow or to tomorrow. But right now, you need to focus on getting through the rest of today. And that's biblical. Real talk. That's the video message. Well, guys, it's time for me to go because I have some other things to do. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. If any one of you have been offended by anything I spoke about in this video message, it's okay. It's all right. I am not worried about it. I am not concerned because I know you will forgive me in the morning.